My vision for AGL is for a company that is transitioning away from coal to be empowered with digital technology so we can be the best energy company in Australia. Our history with Pi started back in 2012. We installed the technology and we've always had data freedom since that day.
One of the challenges that a wind turbine has from a control perspective is that the turbine needs to be facing into the wind at all times. Sounds like an obvious thing to be able to do, but one of the things that we realised as the wind vanes were ageing was that some of our turbines were not doing such a good job at facing into the wind. So what my team did, we built an algorithm that was able to spot, without needing to visit the turbine, whether the turbine was successfully facing into the wind. It's a fairly detailed piece of analysis. It required pulling data from all of the turbines across the farm and using a machine learning algorithm to compare the performance of each of the turbines, clustering them together and looking at whether they were facing upwind or not. So there were two key aspects of the Pi system that were important in this piece of analysis. The first bit was standardisation. So we know that we can take the data from one turbine and then scale that up to a number of other turbines and they will all behave in exactly the same way. So it means that we can stagger our analysis, start small and build quickly. The second and more important thing is the speed at which the Pi system collects data. So in the wind turbine world, the standard is that data is collected on a 10-minute basis. So we get 10-minute average power output, 10-minute average wind speed and 10-minute direction. And for this analysis, it just didn't cut it. With the Pi system, we're collecting data every second and we can see a lot more about what's going on in the turbine. So those two things were absolutely critical. In terms of value, that work was able to help us justify upgrading the wind vanes on all 200 machines and we got a 4-month payback on that investment.
The strategy we have around cloud technology is evolving very quickly. We see that for the foreseeable future, we'll be running our Pi instance on-premise, but we will be harnessing the AVEVA cloud solution to help us connect our data to the universities of the world and also the original equipment manufacturers, especially of these new assets, so they can understand how those assets are behaving as well as us.
So in terms of benefit for the diagnostic centre, for the business, on average is between $7 and $9 million in value realisation. By using this style of strategy going forward, we can look at a prevented failure we had previously of a generator that raised by 5 degrees and saving the business over $50 to $70 million in avoided failures.
Over the years, the relationship with Pi and AVEVA has been of immense value to AGL. They advised us from their centre of excellence what to do, what to pursue, where we could get the most value. It is the benchmark by which we measure technical partnerships.